year. That means we are on around October 5th, 2026, when Bitcoin could reach the all-time low of this cycle. Now, regardless of what you think about these kinds of things, I think it's extremely compelling, and I don't think we should ignore it. That's just technical force explanation number one. There's a second thing we should look at. Now, before I explain it though, here's something else I've been personally doing to keep stacking sats while all of this plays out with the Gemini credit card, the sponsor of this segment. It's a card I've been using for a while now. All opinions are my own and they were not influenced by Gemini. I use it like any regular credit card for gas, groceries, and travel, but I earn Bitcoin every time I use it. It has no annual fee, and you can see rates and fees in the description down below for more info. You get up to 4% back in over 50 cryptocurrencies instantly, and you can choose which one you want. Personally, I have mine set to Bitcoin, but that's 4% back on gas, transit, and rideshare, 3% on dining, 2% on groceries, and 1% on everything else. It's a MasterCard World Elite. I've used it internationally with no issues, and every time I use it, it adds Bitcoin to my portfolio. And the best part is you're investing as you spend. In fact, according to Gemini, cardholders who earned and held their Bitcoin for 1 year saw an average appreciation of 279%. And those are not your typical credit card points. So if you're interested, click the link in the description down below or go to gemini.com/Andre to get $200 in Bitcoin when you spend $3,000 in your first 90 days. Thank you, Gemini, for sponsoring this segment. And now let's get back to it. Now, the second part of the technical force explanation is to look at something called the 50-week moving average. And here's how this works. If you take the average closing price, meaning the price at the end of the week, for the last 50 weeks, you get a certain line on a chart, a price. And what Ben noticed is that when Bitcoin is in a bull cycle or a bull market, it has always stayed above that line. But when Bitcoin's price went below that 50-week moving average level, that meant it was the end of the bull cycle and the beginning of the bear market. And we broke below that price point for a few weeks in a row now, which is obviously not good. That price point is $103,000, which for a few weeks now, we have been below that point. Now let's take a look at the macro force, the big picture stuff, because this theory says that what's happening to the markets right now has nothing to do with what I just explained. Instead, there's a bigger force, an invisible force that moves the markets to behave the way they do. And according to this theory, this was all because of what's called